With this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to remove a blade from the Opus One gouger and to reinstall it. I am not going to talk about aligning the blade with the guide yet, which is something you'll have to do when you put the blade back in and want to use it to gouge cane. I'm just going to show you physically how you put the blade in the machine correctly. And then at that point, you will do the alignment procedures, which will be done in a different video. Okay? We're going to talk about how to remove the blade from the Opus One gouger machine. So the first thing you'll do is you're going to loosen the outside side-to-side adjustment screw just a bit, which will allow the blade to be free on the sides to come out of the carriage. Then we'll take the Allen wrench and we'll remove the blade lock screw, which holds the blade into the carriage, and put it to the side. And so now the blade should be free, because this is loosened up here as well. The blade should be freed to come out of the carriage, like that. And at this point, you can put a new blade in or resharpen it or whatever you want to do. And then when you're reinstalling the blade, you want to make sure this screw is turned pretty much all the way in, so that the blade will have some clearance at the bottom. If this is out too far, if this is unscrewed like a big distance out, when you put it in the carriage, it may stick out too far between the guides and hit the bed surface. So we will then make sure this is turned in pretty far. And now you'll notice too that on the screw here we have 3 washers. We have 2 larger washers and a smaller washer. You'll want to separate the 2 larger washers like that, and put your fingers in between like that so that they stay separated. And the blade mounting post will slide in between that gap. So put the head of the blade down first, making sure you clear the guide surfaces inside there, and slide that blade mounting post in between that space that was on the screw. Then take your lock nut and screw that back in, and then retightened the side-to-side adjustment screw on the outside here. Now at this point, the blade is in the machine, but it's not aligned yet to the guides. That is a more advanced procedure. So if you have the blade put back in, at this point, if you have experience, we'll talk about that in a later video, but if not, have your teacher or someone who has experience with gougers realign the blade to cut correctly with the guides. Okay, that's all there is in how to remove a blade and reinstall a blade on the Opus One gouger machine.